Good evening and welcome to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey for Pope John Junior Lion Lacrosse. The 8th grade squad for the Lions taking on the Rutherford Bulldogs Blue. Mike Formasano along with you, calling tonight's action here from East Rutherford, New Jersey, as the Lions 1-0 8th grade squad, having defeated Suffern in the 6 o'clock game. They will take on Rutherford, trying to go 2-0, the Lions are. And so Dante Lamb at center field, looking to take the face-off. We've already gone over rosters, so you'll hear my names calling the players later on. So we won't be doing that again. We will go ahead and start. Pope John going left to right on your screen in their blue uniforms, trimmed by gold and white. Rutherford in their white uniforms, trimmed by blue. They're going right to left on your screen. And on the referee's whistle, here's Lamb. Lamb charges up the field. The shot. He scores! Dante Lamb scores probably 3 seconds into the game. Amazing. And so Rutherford will charge up the field now with it. The Bulldogs Blue, the 8th grade squad, tried to make up for the 7th graders, losing to Pope John in the 7th grade game just minutes ago, 12-7. Here's a shot by Rutherford. He scores. Number 50 tucks it past Sal Diarco. And so it's 1-1. Here's number 44, Ty Plotz, passing it back over to Jack Seeger, number 3. Seeger over to Plotz on the left side. Plotz with the pass to Seeger. Over to Johnny Kranga. Kranga rips it. He scores! A bullet into the back of the net by Kranga. And Pope John leads Rutherford 2-1. Here's number 19 charging up the field. Plotz all over him. The shot, score. Number 19 puts it into the back of the net. We are tied at 2. Goals come early and often here, as we've seen in these short field games. It's a half field, actually a quarter field here at MetLife Stadium. Here's Kranga off the post. Kranga rings iron, and it goes out of bounds. It looks like it will be Pope John possession, however. 2-2, Pope John and Rutherford. They are on the near field now. They're on the closest field to us. They were on the far field before. Here's Kranga behind the back, and it goes over the crossbar and out of bounds. So we will carry this game for you for 8th graders. Unfortunately, I don't believe we're going to be able to get the second 8th grade game, as we are covering the 7th graders for games 2 and 3. The 7th grade second game is the same exact time. Here's number 34 coming in. Saved by Diarco. He shuts down the offense there for Rutherford. Great save by Sal Diarco. So here's number 24 for Rutherford. The shot off the crossbar. So a couple of pipes being banged around here in this one. Here's Plotz with it. It's in his feet. He scoops it up and it goes out of bounds. No, actually in the corner. They're going to say it's now it finally goes out. And it's going to be Pope John possession. Rutherford tried to run it in, and there's a whistle by the referee. He's saying, no. It's Pope John ball. And Rutherford finally understanding that. And the referee explaining that it went out of bounds on Rutherford, and it's Pope John possession. So, as I said, apologies to the 8th graders. We are not going to be able to pick up the 3rd game, as we're going to go over and carry the 7th grade squad at 7:30, as they'll have games at the same exact time. And then we'll cover the 7th graders for the 3rd game. And I'll just stay on that field because it's tough moving all the way across, as you can see, the size of this cavernous stadium here. So here's the ball knocked out of bounds by Ty Plotz. So the referee unhappy with what's going on with the whistles as far as balls going out of bounds, and saying he's just going to give possession over to the other team if there's another infraction like that. So Coach Fosa asking for a explanation. He's not going to get it. So 2-2. Here's the shot. He scores. Dante Lamb gives Pope John a 3-2 lead. Now it's loose, number 40, Shoved in the back by Lamb. Ball still on the turf. And now picked up by Lamb. He'll pass it over to Diarco, who didn't know it was coming, so they almost got past him. Lamb passed it back to him to start the offense, and Diarco didn't know it was coming. But he got it in the net and made the save. Lamb would have scored on his own net. Here's Dante Lamb. He's got two defenders on him. 3-2, Pope John leads. Here's Platts, the shot off the post. The third poster crossbar hit. Second by Pope John in this game. 3-2, Pope John leads over Rutherford. Sun going down quickly here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. It's still hitting the upper decks, but the lights are on, so they are playing under the lights here at MetLife Stadium. Here's the pass over to number 25. It goes out of bounds. Pope John is closest, so there's number 2, Aiden Hicks. Passes off to Kranga. Johnny Kranga running up the left sideline. Coming in on net. Kranga with the shot. He scores! Johnny Kranga puts Pope John up 4-2. Oh, here's number 17 for Rutherford. Rutherford Bulldogs blue. Penalty on Kranga as 17 charges up the field. The shot goes wide to the left and out of bounds. And so the penalty against Kranga, and so Rutherford will maintain possession. If for some reason I get the score incorrectly or if I forget what it is as I'm reading it, I'm just going off memory. So somebody on the screen just correct me if you do. The last count I have, it's 4-2 Pope John over Rutherford. Pass goes over the head of number 9 and goes all the way back to the Rutherford netminder. So number 9 gets it back from him. Pass up the field, the shot, he scores. Number 19 inches Rutherford closer. It's now 4-3 Pope John over the Bulldogs. Pass comes over to Wanamaker. Wanamaker on the left side. Wanamaker will pass it off to Kranga. Johnny Kranga on the right. Charging towards the goal. Coming to the middle of the field. The pass off to Matt Riley. Riley with the shot. Save by the netminder for Rutherford. And it goes out of bounds. And so Rutherford will take over. Pass goes over to number 34 for the Bulldogs. Running past Plotz and Riley coming on in. He's got 2 offensive forwards down low. Lamb knocks into him. Fighting for it. He goes out of bounds. And it's going to be Rutherford possession. Here's the pass in front. Intercepted by Kranga. Johnny Kranga with the pass to Plotz. Ty Plotz all alone. He scores! Ty Plotz buries it into the back of the net. Pass the goalkeeper for Rutherford. And it's 5-3 Pope John. Here comes number 50. Ball's knocked loose and picked up by Seeger. It's now loose in front. And Rutherford puts it home. Number 19 for the Bulldogs scores. And it's now 5-4 Pope John. Here's Dante Lamb on the left. Passing it back to Kranga. Kranga has it. Rips it. Save by number 5. It's loose. The shot by Wanamaker. Save. It's loose right in front of the crease area. And the goalkeeper finally able to smother it and cover it. And Rutherford will take over. Number 22 runs out of the way of Plotz. Up the right sideline, the far sideline from where we are now, over to number 2. Number 2 comes in, the shot goes wide, way wide of the left post. So number 25 can play it for Rutherford. Him and Jack Seeger fighting for it, and Seeger comes away with it. Good defense by Jack Seeger, and he passes it off to Johnny Kranga. Now over to Wanamaker down the field. Wanamaker with the shot. He scores! Evan Wanamaker makes it 6-4, Pope John over Rutherford. He had the whole left side of the net as the goalkeeper moved to his right. And so when he came in, Wanamaker could choose the whole left side. And that's what he did. Good shot by Wanamaker. And 6-4, Pope John leads. Plotz just hammering away at number 22. And Rutherford able to regroup here. Here's number 40. Running past Kranga. Number 40 rips it. He scores. So number 40 scores for Rutherford. And it makes it 6-5, Pope John. Here's the pass to Lamb. Dante Lamb all alone. He shoots. He scores! Dante Lamb puts it in the back of the net. Pope John leads 7-5. Here's Rutherford, number 40. He'll pass it off. Along the right side, now over to 12. Out of his reach and goes out of bounds. And Pope John will take over. There's number 2, Aiden Hicks with it. Hicks will charge it up the field. Aiden Hicks on the right sideline. Passes it back to Johnny Kranga. Kranga, number 21. Into Seeger. Bounced over his stick and out of bounds. Rutherford will take over. 7-5. Pope John leads by a deuce. Pass goes back to the goalkeeper. He can't handle it. He finally smothers it in his crease, and Rutherford will reset. 7-5. Pope John leads over the Rutherford Bulldogs. This is game number 2 for the 8th grade squad for Pope John here at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Mike Formisano calling tonight's action as well. Thank you for joining us as we bounce back and forth between the 8th grade and 7th grade games. This is the 8th grade, and we are on game number 2. Here is Jack Seeger on the left side trying to run past the Rutherford defense. Rolls over to his right, the shot. He scores! Jack Seeger puts it into the left side of the net. And Pope John goes up 8-5. Here's number 34 for Rutherford, racing up the right sideline, now coming through the middle. The shot on goal, just wide of the left post. And Diarco's closest, so Pope John will take over. 8-5, Pope John over Rutherford. They've already defeated Suffern today, 15-9, and they're looking to go 2-0. Here's Seeger, the shot high over the crossbar and off the back netting at the 50-yard line here at MetLife. Spagnola's closest, and he'll take over. Ball goes past Dante Lamb. Rutherford running it down is number 34. Will start on the referee's whistle. And there it is. Pass across. Intercepted by Hicks. Hicks gets a shove in the back. And no call. We play on. Oh, Matt Riley takes a cross check. And that one is called. So Pope John will take over. So the first one, not a penalty. The second one ruled so by the referee. And Pope John takes possession. No power plays in these 6-on-6 games. Here's the pass over to Riley. It's just out of his reach and it goes out of bounds. And Rutherford will take over. 8-5. Pope John leads over the Rutherford Bulldogs blue. Frankie Spagnola beats number 2 for Rutherford right at the 15-yard line. Stops his advance there. Here's number 34 trying to come in on Lamb. Ball's knocked out of his cross. Good defense by Lamb. They roll it towards the net, and Diarco is able to make the save. So Sal Diarco with the pass over to Lamb. Lamb trying to pick it up. He's able to scoop it up there. Pass number 22. Number 34 chopping away like a tree with an axe. Lamb will settle it down. About 15 minutes in here in game number 2 at MetLife Stadium. Aiden Hicks with it. Pass off to Kranga. Johnny Kranga on the right side. Kranga running in. The pass to Riley. Riley shoots. He scores! Matt Riley puts Pope John up 9-5. Number 2 passes off to 50 for Rutherford. Now over to 22. 22 in front, the shot. He scores. And so Rutherford able to get their 6th goal on the board. It's now 9-6. Pass out to Seeger. He loses it on the turf at the 5-yard line. He picks it back up again. Takes a hit. Keeps on going. Up the right sideline. Now the pass off to Krang. We got a flag on the play. It's delayed, so it's against Rutherford. The shot by Hicks. Wide to the left. Slash called against Rutherford. And so Pope John will take over. Well, he shall keep possession. At 7:30, both the 8th grade and 7th grade squads will play. So we will cover the 7th grade game. My apologies to the 8th grade squad, but with Michael being my son, I don't think Mom Kara would forgive me if I called the 8th grade squad team. So here's the pass. He scores. Ty Plot's able to put it into the back of the net. And Pope John goes up 10-6. So we'll try and keep tabs on the 8th grade game if we can. It's just on the opposite side of the field. So they can't clone me. Here's the pass to Hicks. Hicks with the shot. He scores. 11-6 Pope John. And so now the Lions pouring it on. About 2/3 of the way through this contest. Pope John looking to go 2-0 on this tournament. Rutherford with the shot. He scores. Number 22 with the great shot, bouncing it off the ground right in front of the net. And it bounced up into the netting past the Arco. And so that makes it 11-7, I believe. Now here's Wanamaker. Oh, he can't cradle the pass. So rolls towards the sidelines. It goes out of bounds. Wanamaker frustrated with himself. It's tough to pick up the ball off the turf. So Rutherford will take over. 11-7. Here's 25 in. Trying to get past Lamb. Lamb scoops it up. Dante Lamb leads the charge. Lamb will pull back off, and he runs towards the sidelines, but not out. Passes it over to Plotz. Ty Plotz with it. Plotz with the shot. He scores! Ty Plotz makes it a 12-7 game. Well, here's Rutherford racing up the field. Over to 40. Krieger picks it up. Takes a hit by number 40. Now 12 picks it up for Rutherford. The pass to 17. It's on the ground, but he gets it. The shot. Saved by Sal DiArco. His best save of the evening. Point blank shot. DiArco was able to get his cross right in front of the shot. Great save by Sal DiArco. Here's Frankie Spagnola, number 8. Passes it off to Lamb. Lamb has it up top. He's got number 17 from Rutherford on him. Pope John has already defeated Sufford earlier today. And they're up 12-7. Make that 13-7. Dante Lamb scores right into the middle of the net. 13-7. Pope John up on Rutherford. Great goal by Dante Lamb. So 13-7 is Rutherford takes the ball and starts up the offense. Here's number 9 with a far shot wide of the right post, and DiArco will take over. Pope John leads by 6. 13-7. About 20 minutes in, actually 18 minutes into this game. Spagnola on the right side, running past the defender for Rutherford. Now another. Now the pass goes out of bounds and hits the back netting on the 50-yard line, and so Rutherford will take over. And so a penalty against Rutherford. And so that will give Pope John possession. Here's Evan Wanamaker with it. Wanamaker, number 1 for the Lions. Passes it back up top to Kranga. Kranga with it. Gives it over to Riley. Matt Riley intercepted. Great play by Rutherford. Here's number 34. Underhand, and he scores. 13-8 now. Pope John over Rutherford. A great shot by number 34. Goes underhanded past DiArco. Puts it into the back of the net. Here's Kranga. Kranga with a shot. He scores. Another bullet by Johnny Kranga into the top left corner. And so that makes it 14-8, I believe. Trying to keep track of the scoring without a scorecard, and that's tough to do. 14-8. Now the shot 14-9. Number 19 puts it back in. 14-9. Pope John leads by 5. Ball goes out of bounds. Again, if I get the score wrong, which I could easily get the score wrong at this point in time, just go ahead and post on the stream and let me know if you're keeping track. I've got 14-9 right now, Pope John. Here's number 19. Backhand shot. He scores. Past DiArco, and it makes it 14-10. Here's Kranga with it. Now we're about 20 minutes in. Got about another 5 or 6 minutes to go. These games are about 25 minutes long, maybe 27, 28. Lamb will roll over to his left. Number 34 chopping away at Lamb. Lamb pass off to Seager. Jack Seager, number 3. Number 50 tries to knock the ball loose. He takes a hit, and Rutherford picks it up. No, it's still on the turf. It's finally picked up by number 2 for the Bulldogs. Ball's loose, and it goes over to Seager. Seager picks it up off the turf at the 25-yard line. He passes it off to Lamb. Lamb gives it back to Kranka, and they'll settle it down. So, what is it? 14-10, right? 14-10. Pope John leads over Rutherford. Mike Formasano here, broadcasting live from MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Lamb coming in. The shot on goal. He scores! Dante Lamb puts it past the goalkeeper, and it's 15-10. Pope John leading by 5. Now Kranka takes it away. We got a flag on the play. That'll stop action. Slash against Kranka. So Johnny will leave for a minute, and Rutherford will take over. So when the player gets hit with a penalty, they go out of the game for a minute, but it's not a power play for the other team. They just gain possession. 15-10, Pope John leads over the Rutherford Bulldogs. Try saying that 5 times fast. Here's number 25 with the shot. Goes wide to the left post and out of bounds. Rutherford closest. Pass comes in. It's knocked down right in front of the crease. And Diarco scoops it up. Takes it right off the turf like an ice cream cone. Seager loses it. Hits the turf. Jack Seager fighting for it with the Rutherford forward. Comes over to the Bulldogs. The shot on goal. Wide of the right post and out of bounds. Pope John closest, and they'll take over. 15-10, Pope John leads over the Rutherford Bulldogs Blue. This is game number 2 for the Pope John 8th grade squad. Pass up to Seager. Seager coming in on the right. The shot, he scores! Jack Seager into the left side of the net. He pulled the goalie to the right, and he buried it into the left portion. Now to pass to 50 for Rutherford. Can't handle it. It's on the turf. Picks it back up. 16-10. Pope John leads. The shot off the crossbar and out of bounds. And it looks like Rutherford is closest. So Rutherford rings iron there. 16-10. Now in front of 34. Saved by Diarco. And a crease violation against Rutherford, number 34. And so Pope John will take over. Here's Plotz. Plotz gives it to Hicks. Hicks, past the Wanamaker, doesn't get there. And so number 34 chases it down. There's number 34. Charging over the 20-yard line. Trying to cut through the Pope John defense. It's knocked down, and here's Plotz on the breakaway. Ty Plotz all alone. He shoots. He scores. Ty Plotz puts it to the back of the net. And it's 17-10. Pope John over the Rutherford Bulldogs. Oh, no, not 2 touchdowns and a field goal for Pope John or a touchdown and a field goal for Rutherford. It's 17 goals to Rutherford's 10. Here's a shot. Kick, save, and a beauty by Sal Diarco. He got his left foot on that. Now the rebound goes to Ford. He shoots it out of bounds. And Pope John will take over. Face mask penalty. It's against Rutherford. 17-10. Pope John leads over Rutherford. I had to make a football reference. I mean, we're in a football stadium, right? So you can see the Giants sign up there. Here's the shot by the Rutherford. Saved by Diarco. And he'll take over. I'll get a chance later on. You got the Ring of Honor here for the Jets on the far side. You got the Giants Super Bowl championships along with their world championships on one side. And the Jets have Super Bowl III champions on the other. Here's the shot by 19. He scores. 17-11. It went just through the legs of Diarco. And if lacrosse goalies had pads, he would have stopped that. But they don't. And so he didn't. Here's Plotz. He scores. Ty Plotz puts it to the back of the net to make it 18-11. Are they going to pull that off the board? I think they are. Yeah, they're going to pull the goal by Plotz off the board. So keep it 17-11. Well, maybe they did. I mean, Plotz has it, so the penalty was against Rutherford. So here's a shot over the crossbar. We're going to go conservatively and say that it was taken off the board at 17-11. Although, if it is 18-11, I wouldn't be surprised. Here's number 17. Races through the Pope John defense. Over to number 26 for Rutherford. The shot. Oh, it's deflected down by Plotz. Plotz got a stick on number 22 as he fired. Knocked the ball out of his cross. Great defensive play by defenseman Ty Plotz. And there's the horn. The pride is spoken. The Pope John Lions defeat the Rutherford Bulldogs blue. Final score, Pope John 17, Rutherford 11. Again, they may have counted the 18th there. I'm not really sure. I'll have to check later on. I don't know if they counted that last goal or not. There was a shot right at the buzzer or at the horn. That didn't count. So, all right, we're heading over to the other 7th grade team game on the other side of the field. So, final score once again from MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is Mike Formisano saying final score, the Pope John Lions defeat the Rutherford Bulldogs 17-11. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in a couple of minutes for the second 7th grade game for Pope John.